guys. I did a questionnaire on my Instagram story yesterday, and this video is just going to be questions that anybody has ever wanted to ask me, advice, and yeah. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So the first question that I have today is, what were your gains and losses of marriage at a young age? Great question. I think that my gains, I'm going to do this as like a pro and con. My pros of being married at a young age is being able to learn responsibility, being able to be selfless versus selfish. Because if I were to be living back at my parents' house and not married right now, I think I wouldn't know the level of being able to save money, use it for my husband, stuff like that. So I think accountability, responsibility, stuff like that have been the gains, and just being able to be with my best friend throughout life and being able to see him whenever I come home. And I think that a lot of people could vouch for me that being married at a young age has totally taught me the responsibilities of what I probably couldn't have done in high school. Honestly, anybody can vouch for you that I used to lie about everything just because I wanted to sound cool, and it's really nice having somebody to look at me and say, I love you for who you are, you don't need to lie. Like, I know every point in your timeline of your history with your family and stuff like that, and he just loves me and accepts me for who I am. And I think the losses of marriage for me at a young age, I think it's personally just leveling out time. Yes, I've prioritized my husband and family above friends and stuff like that. I think, though, my losses honestly have been not spending enough time with the people that have been there for me throughout a lot of things in life. So that would be my loss, is just being able to level out time. The next question is, how has your journey been in your faith? Also a very great question. So initially, my YouTube is about being honest, about being real and authentic. I think that my journey with my faith, I think every Christian can say, has not been perfect, and I don't think that it should be perfect, honestly. My faith has been like a roller coaster. It's been up. There will be days that I'll be like, yeah, God, like, everything's going my way. You have blessed everything, and you've made everything go smoothly for the day or the week or the month. And there will be times where I'll be sitting on my bed, and I'll look up to him, and I'll just be like, why? Like, why the heck is this happening to me? Why do I get accused of things? Why does something happen to me when I didn't do it? Or getting falsely accused of things. And I think that, honestly, the main thing about faith is having faith in something that's not seen. And that's God. I know that he's coming back one day, and I am so thrilled for that. But as of right now, I think that in my faith, there's still room for growth. And I think that throughout my whole life, there's going to be room for growth for my faith. So I think that is where I'm at with my faith. Yes, I'm still a follower. I am still a walker with God. I am still doing my devotionals. I'm still praying. I'm still keeping faith in him. So, yeah. So the next question that I have received is, can you share some pictures with us of your favorite memories? Yes, I will get to that point sometime in my YouTube. But I think because this is a questionnaire video, I think that this is already going to be long enough, so I don't think that I'm going to have time with showing photos. So I promise that I will get to that. Next question I have is, what is your greatest achievement in life? Honestly, I'm going to be 21 this September, and in all honesty, my greatest achievement in life would have to be saying that I'm married. I got married at 19 years old. I'll be married for 2 years, and we're financially stable. And I don't think that a lot of people could say that at this day and age, just because California is so expensive to live in. So I think that's honestly my greatest achievement, is, what is your favorite thing about being a wife? I know somebody misspelled this, but I know what you're getting at. I think that my favorite thing about being a wife is happy wife, happy life, right? I'm kidding. I think, honestly, it's really awesome to be needed and wanted, and having somebody that needs your support at every moment and every second of life. So I think that's my favorite thing about being a wife, and just being able to goof around and be a child with my husband. Being a wife, I think, honestly, has been my purpose in life, because there's always been a hole in my heart because I didn't know what my purpose in life was. Yes, I know my purpose in life is to be a follower and try to be the best example that I can be to other followers in Christ, but I also think that being a wife was one of my purposes in life, and I think that's my favorite thing about being a wife, is being needed, being wanted, and being loved and appreciated. The next question is, how do you put up with Waldron? I think I can put up with Blaine because he's just like me. We are honestly the same person, whether it be different aspects and likes or dislikes, and most of our similarities are in our personality, our likes. What else? We just have the same aspects in life. We have the same morals. We have the same views. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. I love him. I mean, I think that if you love somebody so much, it'll drive you insane, yes, but I think that that is the only way that you can put up with them. So the next question is, how did your family react to you getting married? Ugh. That is a tough question. I don't know if I feel really comfortable going out about personal details in my life, but I will give a short answer. It was 50-50. Some were supportive, some were angry. As many know, I did lie about getting married, and I just moved on with my life, so it was 50-50. However, I can say now we are very much a family again, so yeah, I think it just took time. So the next question, I'm so sorry for my bare face today. However, I did it for this reason. The next question I have is, how do you keep your skin so clear? Honestly, if you look, there are some spots. There's some acne scars, but I mean, I use 3 different face washes. I use a Neutrogena Morning Skin and Clear exfoliant for my face. It's blue. It has little crystals in it, so when you wash your face, it's really refreshing. I also use St. Ives apricot exfoliant for my face, and that's mainly because when I use the Neutrogena, it brings up all my dead skin, and when I use the St. Ives, it just gives me the access to remove that dead skin. And then the third thing that I use is the Lubriderm moisturizer, which I showed in my makeup video. So honestly, I have flare-ups all the time, but those are my 3 main things that I go to as skincare. The next question is, how do you handle all the stress that comes your way? Honestly, it's looking at my babies. Silly photos with my baby girl. Honestly, it's just learning how to rely on God a lot and pray and keep faith. And I have 3 different journals that I use, as you can see. I'm a journal hoarder, so I think that a lot of my stress that I use as a proactive way is by journaling, praying, and singing. Yeah. The next question is, how did you meet your husband, and was it love instantly? Funny backstory to this. My cousin, after I had broken up with a previous boyfriend of mine, she thought that it would be really funny to make me a Tinder account for the hell of it. And she made this account, got pictures off of my Facebook, connected my Facebook, I don't know how, because I never gave her my password, which is weird. And she took it into her own accountability to make this account for me. And then she messaged these people. And I was like, what? So I was like, you know what? Give me the password. Let me look at it. So I saw that Blaine was the most recent person that she had messaged. And then I messaged him and I was like, hey. And he was like, hi. And so I think it was a joke for him on his end. He had told me that he was on duty and that he had spoken to somebody and was like, hey, should I ask her out on a date? Just like for the hell of it and just, see where it goes. Our first encounter was a public meetup at my favorite line dancing bar called Big Shots. I had my really good friend Alex, Kevin, and a few others around me. And Kevin, on his own accountability to walk across the bar, grab Blaine and brought him up to me. And, it was like, hey, Summer, Blaine, Summer. In that little time that we met before our first formal date to the Cheesecake Factory, yes, I felt some kind of connection that I had never felt with anybody before. And on our first date was really where I put him to the test to see how he would handle with all of my backstory. I was in it to make a committed relationship. I was in it for the long run. So he handled it very well. And after our first kiss, there were just sparks everywhere. There were butterflies going from left to right and everywhere in my stomach. And yes, it was love instantly on my end. And I think that he could say the same thing, because if you ask him on our first date, we went to Del Mar Beach after our dinner, and he said that he saw a shooting star, and he said that he wished upon it to God and was like, hey, like, if this is the right thing, God, like, please let me marry this girl. She is amazing and all this. So yeah, it was love instantly, which is, I think, very rare to find, and it was really awesome to be put in that situation. The next question really hits home on my end. It is, how do you handle your depression? Honestly, it's a day-to-day struggle. I handle personal demons at every point of the day. I don't really know how to handle this answer because I feel that it's not a light subject and it's something that people should be more aware about, and how to handle it when other people are like, hey, like, I have depression. I was diagnosed with this through my psychologist and my psychiatrist, and I think people really need to take it to consideration that there's no really a way to help with it. I know that for me, the only way to get my level back on track is to be put on medication, and I tried everything to go around the medication route, but unfortunately for me, a way that I have to handle my depression is being on medication. And something that I keep saying in all of this video is that faith and something that is not seen, very challenging, but God has given me the most peace and the most reassurance that I've ever needed. A lot has to do with support as well from family. The next question is a very fun one, because I don't think anybody knows this about me besides family and a few close friends of mine. But it is, what race are you? I want to see what kind of guesses you guys put in below, in the comments below, but I am 50% Eastern Indian and 25% Irish, 25% German. To make this as short as possible, the next question is, how did you and Blaine meet, and what is your favorite quality in him? In a couple of the previous questions, I already said how we met, and my favorite quality in him has to be how selfless and how much he cares about me, and how he is always there for me, even through my sporadic moments, my moodiness, all of that. I really give him credit. He does so much for me, and he's just an awesome man. I got really blessed marrying him. So I think those are my favorite qualities in him. This one is a split question, 3 in 1. A couple of them I have already responded to earlier on in this video, but it says, how is it being married young / newly dating? What are some benefits of being married young? And the third question is, how how do your relationship respond to all the haters? And I think what this person was trying to say was, how do you respond to all the haters with being young? I am going to be 100% honest. I backfired on everything. I responded very poorly at the beginning of my marriage because I thought that it was really wrong for people to put their 2 cents in. Half of the reason why I left my life group is because they stopped talking to me because I got married, and I have proof of that. Half of it was just people very jealous, and they, in return, came and messaged me on Instagram saying, hey, I'm sorry, but I see that you're married at such a young age and you're very stable and you're very successful, and it kind of makes me nervous and very upset. So now when I still have comments coming in, like I had one the other day on this stupid YOLO app for Snapchat. It was, hey, don't mess up your relationship with Blaine like you did with previous so and so and so. It's none of your business. The way that I respond to haters is they can think whatever they want, but it's simply not going to affect me anymore because I know who I am. I know what I want, I know what I love, and I know what is right. So I just simply don't let them affect me anymore, and I just shoo them the other way. So there you have it, guys. There are my questions for the day. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe, and you will be getting more updates with me in the future.